Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
How can I help you?
Yeah, I want to know who this is right now.
I think you got the wrong fella.
Let me ask you a question. Why are you calling my girlfriend in the middle of the night?
Dude, what are you talking about?
Don't make excuses, boy. You tell me who you are.
What are you talking about, bud?
Don't deny it, boy.
Listen, boy.
You better tell me the truth right now.
Listen, motherfucker, you got me mixed up with somebody else. Let me tell you right now.
Stop yapping and listen. Don't even know what I'm talking about. I am so angry right now. You are getting me frustrated.
Who the fuck is this?
How long has this been going on between you and her?
Who the fuck are you talking about? You fucking wacko?
Really?
Who the fuck is this?
You've been knowing what's going on, no doubt.
Be good, bud. Take it easy.
You've just been pranked by prankdial.com.
Are we tracking this?
Yep.
Oh, cool. So we'll give a little preface. Samuel Stewart is an awesome young man who right now he resides in Washington State, and he is the singer, writer, frontman for the band Flagman. Mm-hmm. He's been into music forever. Put a fine point on that maybe later. Ask him when. But he's a prolific writer and a high energy person who just into the craft. And he's got what I think is it's a cool mix of, they can play. They're really great on their instruments, but also they keep with the vibe and live. They play it real loose, and they're not too stuck in a corner with, they're in genres and stuff, but they just play it loose on stage and with the.
Oh, they're music. A lot of fun.
Yeah, they're in the moment and they rip. So it's a great combo.
That's awesome. How did you get a chance to meet them?
Monica's niece, Caitlin.
Mm-hmm.
They've been together for quite a long time, and now they're married. Awesome. She is also an awesome musician, singer, songwriter, cool person. So I met through her.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, Sam and Caitlin were playing with the band Kyle and the 8 Minute Miles.
Yep.
Yeah. But I've known about Flagman for a long time, and I remember going to a show a long time ago, and he's come far,
Yeah, I got to go out there with you to West End to watch Kyle and Sam and them all play on stage together for the first time, or for me to see for the first time. And it was awesome, man. We had a great time.
That was cool.
A lot of good, fun energy is what I could see. A lot of fun energy, man. A lot of just awesome. And my experience is through you and getting the studio back together, and then you started working on their album and putting that album together. Or you were already working on it before then, I should say. It was while the studio was being repaired, you were in the main room, of your house with the little temp studio set up. Mixing that song. And you mixed the first song before it went underwater.
Yep.
When we first started kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
And watching you kind of go through your steps and going through and learning and kind of developing and bringing those first few tracks to market, and then bringing all of them and help just the whole process has been really cool.
It has been super cool, and super cool to meet all these, jammers, musicians, and Sam gets to jam with a lot of different people, while he tours and when he writes, and they've been in the studio. He's been writing the whole time, before they split. He was already writing, and of course, they did that stuff for Adult Swim.
Mm.
Dummy is a dummy, I don't care what you say. Dummy is a dummy, I don't care what you say. Dummy is a dummy, I don't care what you say.
Well, howdy doody there, Sam. How's it going?
Hello.
Sam
Pretty good, man. How about you?
Do you like the howdy doody energy?
Hey, good to hear from you.
I do like howdy doody.
So how you doing, man? How was the gym?
Good. I just got it was good. My arms feel like a noodle now.
Oh, nice.
That's how I know I've worked out good is when I go, oh man, this is going to take a few days to recover.
Heck yeah, man. Do you go with a group or you just solo it to the gym or?
No, my wife and I went.
Oh, awesome.
There's a little Planet Fitness right around the corner from me.
Oh, that's awesome.
She, with her job, she's got like a free membership basically. So
Okay.
she can go anytime. If I'm with her, I can get in for free. So
Oh, that's pretty awesome,
I'm
man.
skating my way in.
Cool.
Right. I love it. And you're up there in what part of Washington are you in right now?
We are about 30 minutes north of Seattle. It's
Okay.
like, I think it's Edmonds, technically.
Yep. I know exactly. My cousin lives right there in Seattle. She's lived up there for years. And I think she still works for a veterinary clinic out there. I think she even does like a mobile clinic, if I'm not mistaken. Last I heard, and I ship a lot of apples and stuff up there, and we just got done with the big cherry season up there, and your experience of living up in that Seattle area. Have you been seeing many of the orchards in your experiences?
No, but it's my first real fall. So we're seeing the leaves change and everything, which is wild. I'm used to it going from, hot and humid to slightly less hot and humid.
You're right.
Back to hot and humid.
All right.
And now we've actually got, the fall colors are coming in and everything like that.
Heck yeah, that's a beautiful thing. It's
wild. There's that and all the mountains,
That's
where like we'll be driving around and talking, and both of us will just like stop and point.
It's amazing. The mountain. I mean, you can see it for miles, and it's just gorgeous. And then when the winter comes and all the snow tops and everything, you're just gonna love it.
Dude, it looks like a Bob Ross painting.
Yeah.
You're staring at it like, all right, well that's not real.
Well, maybe we
That's
could.
like a bag of drops.
I know you got the long hair there. Maybe we can get you a Bob Ross style going on up there, and
that would be sweet. Get a little.
that would be pretty
What
awesome.
is that, like a perm?
Dude, would it be one of those things where they take the hair? I see them do it on the clips on TikToks and stuff when they do the hair, and they there's this one person that turns it into like this little fluff ball. If you have like long straight hair over your head, and they do designs where they have sneakers and all these crazy things, but it starts with long straight hair.
That is what I need.
No.
So yeah, we'll get you set up.
If you're me, you just wash your hair.
Get me hooked up with somebody? Damn. Okay, yeah, I love that.
Thad knows some people. He knows some hair people, man.
You got a guy.
He's got a guy.
Dad always knows some people. He's well connected.
Doesn't he? He's his own Facebook. He's human Thad Book.
I'll take that.
He's
I'll
bad
take it.
book.
Yeah, he's human Thad Book. Totally.
What have y'all been up to?
Not much, man. Just enjoying this real hot weather.
Well, we've had a little
Sure.
a little session of like 5 days of nice, cooler.
And
weather.
we're just looking forward. Yeah, exactly. We're just looking forward to that little bit less hotter time of year, which is right upon us.
Yeah, creeping up.
Yeah, it's been a good summer, man. It's been busy. Everybody's been great. So, but you,
I love that.
You've been touring. You've been what you got going on, man?
We've been just we moved. We did that tour in March. Also, I'm walking around outside, and I've heard that these headphones are quite susceptible to wind. So if I end up sounding like I'm in a wind tunnel, just let me know, and I can move back inside.
Actually, you sound fine. I hear some stuff, but once I get the editing done, you'll be fine. This sounds great, actually. So it's no problem at all. Everything's great.
Right.
Heck yeah, and
awesome.
Thad gave you a little prequel too. He kind of gave us a little, hey, this is Sam. This is how I know him. This is his favorite food. This is his favorite book. I like to watch this movie, with him and talk to him on the phone. He gave us that whole little setup.
Hell yeah. I appreciate it, Sir Thaddeus.
Yes,
the intro.
Well, I told him about how much you've been writing and making music since you was a youngster, and your passion.
Yeah.
But you've been writing.
Well, and I owe a lot of that to being able to get out in your space and experiment with ideas and having the Vibe Farmer Studios helps a lot.
Man.
So.
Respect, and right back at you, bro, because it is good. I love working with you and the enthusiasm. Love it.
Likewise. Yeah, I mean, so we moved in March. We did a tour out to Austin. We did South by Southwest, and then we drove back, and I think it was one day that I got home. The same day we got home, we did a dinner with our parents, and then the next day we drove like 6-day drive out to Seattle. So we went corner to corner. And since I've been out here, I've just been writing. That kind of forced me to go, okay, well, I need to get my home studio / home recording setup going, and I've been sort of honing those skills with Thad. He was kind enough to guide me through some of the Logic stuff and then let me come out there and run some sessions on my own. So I just kind of started getting into that. We had been working on an album, demoing it at least last time I was out there. And what ended up happening is, as I'm sure you both know, everything always takes, you have your timeline, and then everything takes like double or triple what your timeline what you estimated it would be. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So as we're going through and then kind of like mapping out the stuff, I'm like, I don't think with all these moving pieces, we're going to have this album done by the time that I'd like to have it done. So this is probably like May or June. I just really was like, okay, well, I've been fiddling around with, some of this home recording stuff, and I had probably 7 or 8, maybe 9, kind of fragmented ideas. And I was like, well, let me try to put something together. So I started thinking about maybe a compilation, maybe some live stuff, but I was really just pushing myself every day to open I'm using Reaper, and when you hit it lets you have a 60-day free trial. So I was like, well, I need to pour myself into this for the next 60 days and really get the most out of this free trial and figure out if I like this program. So I was pushing myself to record something every day. Just get in there, and whether it's a 30-second riff or just whatever it is, try and do something. And what I ended up with, like I said, was 7, 8, 9 ideas that I started to go, okay, well, I like all these ideas. let me try and write some songs, you know, because it's also the first time, you know, I've been writing basically just solo, you know, because previously, you know, when you have a band, right, when you have a practice space, and the writing sessions are a little different, you know, it's like, hey, we all show up and we jam on a riff, and you can kind of get that real-time feedback, right? Or maybe it's just, you know, like we were doing for the whatever this next record is, and Thad was in on some of those sessions where, you know, Cody and I would get together and just kind of hash it out over, well, I have a guitar part, and like, okay, well, let's connect it with this bass part, and then maybe the drums would do something like this, and, you know, you're kind of piecemealing them together. But this EP I started working on, and it was the first time, and it's like, well, I got to start writing tunes, you know, from scratch to, you know, if I'm going to finish them. Otherwise, the timeline becomes a lot longer when it's like, well, let me come up with my idea, blast it off to somebody else. They've got their own, you know, everybody's got their own list of things they got to get through it every day. So then you got to wait for somebody to check it out, come up with an idea, find a way to record it and send it back to you. And, you know, that process is kind of the thing we were coming up against. And I was like, man, I'd really like to have music out this year if I could. So anyways, I started just like, okay, let's piece these together. And all of a sudden, you know, a song fell out, and I was like, okay, I like this song. That's that ministry inspired one, Punishment Committee. That was the first thing that was kind of the full, okay, cool, I have a song here.
I like the name
and
too.
Then thank
cool.
you.
This
yeah,
is a committee of punishment. We're punishing you together.
Yeah, exactly. So I've been reading a bunch of getting into audiobooks, I shouldn't say. I've been reading some books, but I've been getting into audiobooks because
audiobooks is where it's at, man.
Expand my mind.
I'm with you in the audiobook market. I'm all about it.
It's really been good for me. It's been fun. The only thing I will say is because sometimes people are like, well, do you count audiobooks as reading? Like I've heard supposedly it you know, stimulates your brain the same way reading does, but sometimes I'll have it on in the background and I'll be doing the dishes or whatever I'm doing, and my mind starts to wander, and then all of a sudden I tune back into wherever the book's at, and it's like way far down the road, and I've got to rewind it 45 minutes back to where I was actually listening.
100%.
So making me
That's
practice
a fact.
some active listening.
We have to do that with podcasts. I have to do that with anything audio, because usually when I'm listening to that podcast or that audiobook, I'm multitasking, and that's what's kind of great about the audiobook. When you have that book, man, I don't know about, like, a lot of people have different ranges of attention span. The attention span to be able to sit down and read a book, and with the extracurricular focuses in the, you know, like, you have to be dedicated, and you have to be able to knock out a whole lot in like a certain hour period, or really dedicate time every day to that reading time. And usually with the audiobook, you can just kind of on the fly, if you're driving, got to run to the store, boom, there's 10 minutes, you know, while you're driving. And,
yeah, exactly. Sort of chip away at it.
And I don't know if it's like just from the way, you know, at least from my generation growing up in the late 90s and stuff, like, you know, books, nobody I didn't know anybody read books back then. You know, we listened to music and everything. And then we watched TV and movies like crazy. We are visual movie fanatics from our age, at least the way I feel. So the audiobook, for some reason, and even the podcasts, they just like kind of fit into our lifestyle. I feel like a little bit better. I don't know.
Yeah, that pace for sure is definitely. It can be hard to slow down, right?
Right.
Like, I'm going to sit down and read a book. You know,
and I'm
fighting against that.
It's
try and like slow that pace down a little bit.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, the nice intermediate is, you know, throw on an audiobook.
Hell yeah.
And so what was some of the deep dives that swung you into this vibe you got going, which is cool?
So I was doing Let's see. Well, I was reading a book called a Conspiracy of Fools, which is about Enron, which I've always found really, really interesting. For I don't even know how long. It's probably 10 years ago. I saw a documentary about it called "The Smartest Guys in the Room," and I just found it like it was one of those things where I watched it and it ended, and I like went and grabbed my brother and I started it over, and then I went over to my parents' house and put it on for them, and then I went to my sister's house and I put it on for her. I made everybody watch that documentary. And so I was like, I'm circling back to, my old obsession, Enron. So I started reading that book, and that kind of inspired some of this, kind of the business aesthetic sort of thing. And I've always found the like House of Cards type stories. Yeah, not the Netflix show, just like an actual House of Cards. You know what I mean? Where they've built this whole thing off of from a false premise, and now they've got the links they have to go to keep everything from falling apart. But it's inevitably gonna fall apart.
Right? Yep. I'm watching a show called The Foundation. That's kind of a similar, really the same pretext, and it's Isaac Asimov, the old writer who who Star Wars got their inspiration from, John Lucas and them, and it tackles that. So how did you incorporate it into some of the songs you wrote, or like the whole album,
the whole vibe like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of
I love it.
There's elements of that, especially in the like some of the visual stuff we're doing.
We're looking at your website. Sort of this
like.
Oh, you got the whole. You got the case number. We got the findings of fact and everything, man. You got it.
Yeah. So I actually, that was like I modeled that little press release thingy off of the what was it? I think it was their bankruptcy filing.
Oh, yeah.
And so I've always been kind of like fascinated by that story, but also just the weird, how to describe it, the kind of like weird disconnected aesthetic of like corporate speak.
Oh yeah, yeah. The terminology is built to take the empathy out of the situation.
Right, and to just sort of confuse, and you're not really sure, like, what is happening? Same thing with just like the whole story, right? We're here to synergize the cooperation between shareholders to generate value in order to reach our our endpoints for stakeholders. And it's like, what are we doing? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So there was certainly some of that kind of like, or like, I don't know if you've ever seen, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like this old joke. It's like where technobabble comes from, where it's like a video of a guy talking about, it's like the turbo encabulator. Have you ever seen that?
No, I haven't seen that.
I'll just shoot it your way. So it was like a joke from like, I think it's like the 1910s or something like that. It was in some colleges, like engineering schools, newsletter. They made this joking review about this fake product called the turbo encabulator. And it's all just a bunch of technobabble where it's like, it's got 6 hydrocoptic marsal veins that, they have an increased whatever to prevent side fumbling. I only have 3 marsal veins.
Dude, wait till you get 7.
Wow.
That's what I really need. And we'll be really cooking with grease.
I feel
Let's see if I can send this to you.
You've unloosed the Sam,
I love it.
I got to catch this behind the scenes, but seeing you flesh it out and hearing the music, it's cool.
I love it, man. And it's high energy. Flagman, man. Give me a little bit of a backstory of Flagman.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've been doing this for, it's been over 10 years now.
Wow.
Cody and I started the band
Hat tip,
when I was
Cody.
right out of high school. So it was,
Heck yeah.
it was like 2015. And so we spent, who knows, probably 4 or 5 years just kind of farting around the local scene, not really knowing what we were doing.
Mm-hmm. In what area again?
Playing, we started in Orlando, so
okay.
we were playing, we were all from Oviedo.
Were you doing like Milk District, Will's Pubish, what is the
so early on we would play like, we played up in Stanford a bunch, at the West End. We played...
West End's great too, and I saw you guys there when you were in Kyle, when you guys were performing there.
Yeah. West End's awesome. I've been playing at West End forever.
Yeah.
So we played there. We were playing. I was actually looking back through. We've got like a pretty deep archive of all the shows we played, and we played a place downtown called 64 North. That was just a little bar off of Orange Avenue. Okay. Definitely not. Not ideal for loud music, but they were kind enough to let us set up and blow it out. But we played there a bunch. We started doing Will's Pub later on. But like I said, we were kind of just farting around, not really knowing what we were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, we were trying to, how do we grow this? How do we make it better? Because we were kind of going through the thing that I think maybe a lot of bands go through, where you write a bunch of songs, get out, you start playing the songs. And I think we did this 2 or 3 times where we even recorded and released the songs only to 6 months to a year later, pull all that stuff down, throw all those songs out, and start over from scratch and be like, actually, we don't like any of those songs anymore.
Yeah, wow.
Let's start again.
Wow. Yeah, man. That's an interesting, yeah.
I mean, it just took us forever, and I think it was probably me being really young and just being really excited about every single idea, you know what I mean? And feeling like...
I'm yelling because I can, I can completely
songs.
agree, and I felt like I took certain... When I'm hearing you say that, I'm like, man, I feel like I've done that for so many things. Whether you're designing websites, whether you're anything that you're passionate and trying to learn, you're like, let's do this. Let's freaking put it out. And then after like, oh no, man. After you learn a little bit, you get to that next step and you're like, dude, we've learned so much. And now when I reflect, I want us to be known for this, and it's awesome, man. That's
right.
The
exactly.
Growth. That's the growth. The growth.
It was exactly that.
Sam.
Yeah, man. And I got to say, I got to give credit to, Cody and, other people around me who were encouraging me to reassess those things, because I was definitely, growing but kicking and screaming the whole way, because it was like, oh, well, dude, we wrote 10 songs, so we got to put all 10 songs out. We have to play all 10 songs.
Yeah, man.
Like, there's I made this thing, so we have to do it. And then, like you said, you get a little bit older, you learn a little bit more, you kind of figure out what you're trying to do a little bit more. And you start going, oh, maybe just because we did it doesn't mean that's a reason to put it out. We should make sure that it's, in line with whatever vision we're trying to cast. And so I think it took us a while it wasn't until Ladybug came out. That was October of 2020. So we recorded it the previous summer. So we were kind of already on the path of we had tossed out, I think we had an EP and an album prior that we had recorded, put out, taken down, gotten rid of some of the songs, re-recorded some of the songs, rearranged some of the songs, re-recorded them, put them out again. And then, about a year later, we took them all down and we're like, let's start from scratch. And that was when we had gotten Grant in the band, because Cody and I kind of, again, farted around without a drummer for over a year. So he and I were just writing all kinds of songs. And then also, you know, when COVID came and all the shows stopped, that kind of gave us another second to reflect on, okay, because we were doing the local band thing where you know, play every single show you get offered. So we're playing at this bar in Orlando on Monday, and then we have a show at a friend's house on Friday, and then we're playing at that same bar that we played on Monday. We're playing it again on Saturday, and then the week after that, we're playing at the bar up the street from there. And, you know, so once all the shows and stuff kind of came to a screeching halt, that made us really go, okay, we've been doing this for, at the time, you know, 4 or 5 years. What are we trying to do? You know, what's our goal here? I think that process really, you know, that's when we started writing Thank You Come Again and started really going heavy online and heavy on video content, heavy on social media marketing stuff.
Yeah, man.
And that was really like the turning point in my mind. You know, I kind of, it's been one band, right, for 10 years, but I kind of categorize it as like, I would probably say like 3 or 4 different eras of the band, you know, and from 2020 forward, I think is a kind of a different, we kind of figured out our sound, figured out our direction sonically, and then it was, okay, how do we get this out to people? And that kind of started its own era, you know, and then from there we moved into, you know, like touring and different, you know, that comes with lineup changes because not everybody can be on the road all the time. And,
yeah,
you know, that's its own era. And so it's been interesting to, even as a member of the band, see how it's,
you're still in your, even then,
grown.
Even after all the time, you're like in that mode, and you're reinforcing your infrastructure by having those backup people that can play when you go on tour, by you know, changes of scenery, changes of setting up at this location with this kind of vibe versus this location. And the thing that I'll get, you know, that I'll throw at you is like, you know, when I first met you and you started going over to Thad's and everything, the big thing that I recognized right off the bat on the Flagman side was y'all's social media presence. It was there. It was right in front of us. Like on TikTok, the algorithm was on the feed, dude, and it was high energy and it was fun to watch, and you got a lot of engagement in that social media. I noticed. Yeah. So that was a really cool thing.
Definitely.
Another thing
that was one of those turning points, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
That was where we noticed kind of, okay, we started getting on that, and some friends, shout out Nat Fowler, he had encouraged me to get on that for a long time, and I was like, man, I don't know if is there anybody on here that likes what we're doing? I don't know. Like, I thought this was a dancing app. And then, you know, one day that algorithm connects you to the right people, and it started, okay, that funneled a ton of people over to the Spotify, and we went from having, you know, like 100 people a month listen to all of a sudden like 15,000, 20,000, 30,000 people a month. And it's like, oh, there are people out here that, you know,
and it's the older we get, the less in touch we are with the young generation and what they're doing. And I feel like the older we get, the more we understand of how much that young generation drives the economies and the narratives and the focus of entertainment in general. And TikTok, I looked at it the same. I looked at Vine before TikTok. There was Vine. I don't know if you remember that. But
oh yeah, I remember Vine.
We were all there. It was the Do It for the Vine. There was this. There was Brittany Furlan was doing these Dora the Explorer. Let's go explore some shit. And there's all these crazy, funny little narrative viral things that would, you know, kick up on there. And I'd watch it with my daughter. So when TikTok came out, I was thinking the same thing. It's like, do I want to be on here? Really? Do I feel like I'm too old to be on here, dude? It was hysterical. I'm not on there now, but it's like, you understand where all the attention is. And how much time can be consumed watching. I mean, people just live feed themselves doing their hair in the morning, doing their job at a convenience store and ringing people up, and people are just watching and talking with them, from their phones. It's insane what TikTok brings to society. It's just weird in the craziest cool, but just weird way.
Yeah, definitely. It's like everything's contentified.
Oh, right. Yeah,
everything's content.
Yeah.
Live stream your whole life.
Yeah, man. Totally. Exactly. It's and then you get like roses and stuff, and per the roses that you got on your lives, I think that turns into money or something somehow. Do you know about that?
I think so. I did. Well, I know vaguely. We've never gotten too far into that because
it'd be weird, right?
That was a temptation there as well, right? Is because you ride these waves with stuff virally, and the algorithm is on your side one day, and the next, all your videos are eating shit. But there was especially once I moved out here, it was kind of trying to keep up with the content. But then, as I've, lineups have changed and music's changed and everything, the content that you have starts to fall out of date. It's like, okay, well, I need new content. I had to kind of take a step back from the social media aspect. And sometimes, because they get their hooks into you, right? And then you see the number going down, and you go, oh no, I need the number to go up. I need the number has to go up for me to be good.
Yeah.
But I had to take kind of a step back and go, okay, what is this that I'm doing? What does this look like now in a new era? Now that I'm sort of,
what's the
obviously
purpose?
I have kind of a rotating cast of characters that will, pop into Flagman world when they can. But, now that I'm really out here, like I'm recording myself, I'm writing basically all of the music.
Shooting videos.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, well, I've got to.
You're turning into a producer, an editor, a writer, a novelist, an audio novelist, we'll call it, and
yeah, man.
all of these different things to get that content. So you really have to put yourself out there in a big, broad way to have those understandings and experiences to bring back to the writing table.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, and then you gotta, in order to do all that, it's like, well, I can't be, contentifying my life or contentifying whatever, whatever this thing and the shape it's going to take now, if I don't know what it is yet, So I sort of had to take a step back and go, okay, I'm just going to focus on the writing. I'm going to focus on, what do I want to make? What do I want to
do? What makes you happy?
I want to put out
and everything else will fall into place, right?
Exactly. Well, and that was sort of the idea with some of these tunes. Is like, I was really listening to a lot of Ministry. I was listening to a lot of Nail Bomb and some other like industrial style stuff. So, and at the same time, I'm messing with Reaper and all these kind of discovery learning on recording and engineering and things like that. And that was one of the kind of born out of that. I had that groove and I was like, I'm kind of imagining it like a Ministry tune. I just went on YouTube. It was like, how did Al Jorgensen get his vocal effects in the studio? And I ended up watching a bunch of videos of people doing it. And then of course, because there's a video for everything. I can put in, Ministry vocal effects Reaper, and there's 15 videos showing you exactly how to make it. So I just followed a video, and all of a sudden, messing with my vocals, I'm like, oh, this sounds like Ministry.
Heck yeah!
And then from there, I had some other
that curiosity
little ideas
that drives the inspiration to do it. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and then that's a lot more rewarding, like you're saying, focus on things that you're interested in, focus on things that you love, and that other stuff kind of falls into place. All those questions you're pulling your hair out asking, or that I was pulling my hair out asking, what's it going to be? How do I market it? How do I sell this thing? What's the next tune? Once you start, stop thinking about that and just focus on, okay, well, let me mess around with this vocal chain and figure out if I can get it to sound the way I want. Let me get these, I invested in some plugins. Let me mess with some of these guitar amp plugins. I've never dialed in a tone that I've been like, yeah, that's the one. I've always kind of just been shoot from the hip. But now I'm like, well, I've got the time to sit here and tweak it. I'm sitting in my living room, so I'm not paying by the hour to do it. So
that sounds great. All
right, let me sit here and mess around with it. Thank you, man. It's all just discovery learning style stuff.
It is a lot of,
what if
when
I
hear you
this?
talk about this, it reminds me of Thad. We'd be talking in the morning and he'd be going through a plug-in on Logic and a new plugin on how it works. And I'd come into the studio and be like, dude, I just figured this out today, man. You got to check this out. And you just show me, and it's like all of these stages of plugins and deep diving to learn just one or two really awesome effects. And it's once you learn them, know them and you got them, and it's in the toolbox then.
Yeah. Well, and it's crazy because the depth that you can go to with this stuff, and which is like awesome on one hand, and then on the other hand, you can fall down a rabbit hole of endless tweaking.
Yeah,
because you've got it goes with it comes with 1,000 presets, and then you can create 1,000 of your own presets, and then you can take your presets and their presets and cross them into a third preset, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's I'm gonna throw something goofy at you here real quick.
Sure.
Have you seen the movie Inglourious Bastards?
Uh-huh.
So when the Inglourious Bastards are building their team and they go out to Germany to go, do their job, right? And you got the Bear Jew, you got all the different guys. I was picturing when you were telling me about we're building and we're leveling and we're trying to figure out what we want to do with this, like if we're going to go pro. And when they went and broke Hugo Stiglitz out of jail, do you remember that scene?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, no, you're not. There's that scene where he's sitting there and then they turn around and I think it was Brad Pitt. He's like, we just wanted to see if you want to go pro to be a professional like us. And that's what I see with you guys. Man.
I was thinking of the scene where they go, they're selecting all the guys. He's like, okay, so.
And I want my scalps.
You're going to come because. Yeah, exactly. He's like, I speak the best Italian. Vidovic, you speak the second best Italian.
Dominic DeCoco.
Third best Italian. Like, wait, sir. I don't speak Italian. That's why I said third best.
Yeah. Gorlami.
Yeah. One more time. Let me really hear the music of Gorlami.
Oh, man. And the last guy, they go, Dominic DeCoco. He's like, perfect. The one that does it the worst.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love that movie, man. But yeah, man, that's great. We'll do, man. We should. Dad, what do you got for Sam?
Sorry to bust in, man. I want to remind and get thoughts about the tour. So early October and early November, you got some tour dates coming up. Have you played most of these cities, or are they new to Flagman's?
So all of the Midwest ones we've done before.
Okay.
But actually, except for Minneapolis, that'll be our first time in Minneapolis. But then all of the shows in November, rather, those are all West Coast dates, and those are all brand new spots. So it'll be our first time, going out to the West Coast and
that's awesome.
Talking about hitting the algorithm on TikTok and all that, So that happened in 2020, and then so we've had some of these people that have been waiting and asking, when are you coming to California? When are you coming to Oregon? When are you coming to Washington? It's been 3 or 4 or 5 years, so it's nice to finally be like, hey, it's happening.
That's pretty special, man. That really is, man. That's pretty badass.
I've seen that on your YouTube. people saying that.
Yeah.
Channel.
So it's nice. I mean, hopefully there's the people are nice and patient with us taking our time to get out here, but it's exciting.
The content will be worthy, sir. So they will be very
I hope so.
welcoming to you for sure.
If it's you guys are gonna bring the heat.
Trying.
Well,
Sam, man, I wish you just all the best in the whole world. Any shout outs, any things you want to promote, you have time right now, and you'll always will have time with us, and
that I appreciate y'all. Yeah,
keeps me in the loop on everything you guys are doing in an awesome way.
Yes,
and it's just amazing.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Thad.
Yes, back at you. And do you got any shout outs?
Yeah, I've got so those tunes I sent you, we're gonna have a single coming out on the 26th of this month, so in a couple weeks. I don't know when this will be out, but that first single is called The Punishment Committee, so that's gonna be coming on the 26th of this month, and then we have a full EP coming out in mid-October, I think the 17th of October. So, and that's all the tunes. Like I was telling you, I was kind of experimenting with this software and these plugins and everything. And I'm really stoked on how it came out. And just the possibilities it's opened up for future stuff. So I'm really excited to get, churning on the next thing.
I'm seeing an influx of technology happen right now. Thad just posted his YouTube video, which I'm sure you saw, or did you see it yet?
Yeah, I saw it's the Earth Vibe, right?
Yeah, dude. He's got so much of that awesome content, from back in the day to edit, get uploaded, and get out there. And that right there was that first little wave of awesome, from the past. And
I love that, man.
I when I first started doing the podcast and everything, I had just a couple little machines, and I've slowly grown into this whole studio of stuff and knobs and it taught me so much, and the plugins and playing with this software. Like I'm in the Adobe space right now, doing a lot of different things. Thad being in Logic, you learn in Logic, and now being in Reaper, and there's so many of these platforms and all of this technology for us to learn and know. And being multiple years in the game now, coming out of it, we're just all that much better for it. And for whatever this next stage brings all of us. So, just all the positive vibes your way, man. It's amazing.
Hell yeah. Likewise, man. It's cool to be a part of a little network and, having people to bounce stuff off and people to talk.
Yeah. If something's awesome, they're going to, that's awesome. Like, and you guys, there was a funny one I'd like you to throw out before we're done too, is the Primus song. The moms.
Yeah.
Like. Wait,
which one?
There was one that's like something Primus had sex with our moms or something like that. Or was it a different?
Oh, yeah. So those are, so when you're on social media and you're putting stuff out there.
Yeah.
People, you get a lot of comments. We got, most of them positive, but we get a lot of, I don't want to say hate comments, but you get a lot of people that comment unkind things.
Yeah.
So we just started. They put a feature on there where you could reply to them, right? Or you could use their comment as a reply. And so I just started. Anytime we get a comment like that, I would just let's pin the comment.
Yeah.
And try and make some kind of joke about it, right?
Yeah.
So we had, Primus had sex with our moms. We had, most of them were just variations on that sort of thing.
That one just really made me laugh in particular because it's the perfect thing to say. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like such an awesome band. And did they ever reach out to you guys or laugh about that with you guys? I thought I heard that, but I could be wrong.
I've heard that people have
told them about it.
Sent a lot of our stuff their way.
Cool.
Somebody messaged me and said that they were at this is probably a year or two ago now. They were at a VIP event And during the Q&A, they said they were going to ask Les if he listens to Primus, but before they could ask, somebody else asked. So he just yelled out, fuck yeah, Flagman. And apparently Les said, all right, well, since we've got 2 people, I'm going to have to check it out. So, we're inching ever closer. Dude.
That's smart marketing is what that is, sir.
My way
that is smart marketing is what that is.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. I just, I got to take those hate comments and, make a nice little joke out of them.
And that's the best part of it. That's the one thing that just means the least out of all of it, right? Is whatever anybody else is saying about any of that kind of stuff. When you're doing something that's fun and good energy and with a good heart and a good, that's what people are drawn to. They don't care whether, sure you want to care about what everybody thinks, but man, you just got to do you and do it with the right energy. And then all those hate comments are just
and most of the time when, people would leave snarky comments. So there's the 2 ways you can go about it, I guess. Like you could, sometimes
you are the ones who are the ball lickers.
Right, exactly. I'm going to get into that. And I'm going to show this guy. I'm going to argue with you.
Jay and Silent Bob,
in these comments, dude. And it's like, well, that doesn't really seem to it doesn't. I don't know if you guys have noticed. It doesn't seem like the whole lot of internet discussion is changing people's minds in real life.
Right.
So I thought, let's just kind of take the piss out of it and just make a silly, lighthearted joke. And I would say probably 7 out of 10 times the person that left the snarky comment would usually send a message or comment later and be like, hey man, I'm sorry if I was being a dick. I was just having a bad day. Or, hey man, I actually checked out some more of your stuff and I actually think it's pretty cool. You guys should keep doing what you're doing. So, then awesome. You kind of turn the whole thing on its head a little bit. And it's hey, we don't need to be coming for blood in the Instagram comments,
Yeah,
because like you said, this music thing, it's fun, man. We're just having fun, dude.
Got that right, man. You got that right.
Flagman, you're gonna get some of that on you, and that's good.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the warm heart.
Yeah.
Well, Sam, we'll leave it to it.
Trying.
I hope you have a good rest of your
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh man, so happy you're on, man. So happy we were able to do this.
We celebrate it, and again, the date is the 26th.
Yep, the 26th for the single and October 17th for the EP. And if you keep an eye on all the Flagman socials, there'll be more news from all that coming out there. So, and then hopefully before too long, we'll be coming back down Florida way.
I feel it.
Then we'll get you in here again.
It's going down.
I won't do mushrooms this time.
Yeah, man.
I promise I won't do mushrooms this time.
Hey, maybe we'll all do them.
Maybe that might. Ooh.
And then it'll be a whole podcast of people being like, I gotta go outside, man.
It'd be a lot cooler if we did.
We go to listen back to the episode.
Yeah, right.
We go back to listen to the episode. It's just all of us leaving to go, put our feet in the pool.
Yeah, dude.
Hour and a half of silent audio. You can just hear voices. Jamming the
like
music
an Emerson,
outside.
Lake and Palmer instrumental. Just that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Well, man, have a good one, man. Love you.
We thank you for the time.
Yes, y'all as well. Love you too, guys. Take it easy.
All right, you too, buddy.
All right.
Later, Sam. Well, that was awesome. And I think real quick, we'll do that.
Shredded weed.
There's gotta be a better way.
we are back from break, and we are ending the show, and Allie is going to end this with some beatboxing.
Daisy's in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more, saying you're gonna be alright. Daisy's in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more, saying you're gonna be alright.
Dude, that's just killer. Oh, dude, that was awesome.